Ever thought sweating is just your body's way of embarrassing you at the worst possible times? Well, think again. Let's unravel some common misconceptions about sweating. First off, sweat isn't just a sign of physical exertion or nervousness. It's a natural bodily function that helps regulate our body temperature. So, next time you're breaking a sweat, remember it's your body doing its job, not necessarily a sign of stress or overwork. Next, have you ever thought sweat is dirty? Well, that's a myth. Sweat itself is actually clean and mostly water. It's when it mixes with bacteria on our skin that it might cause body odor, but the sweat itself, not dirty at all. And here's a big one, the idea that only men sweat more. Not true, everyone sweats, regardless of gender. It's just that the amount and rate can vary from person to person based on factors like genetics, environment, and activity level. Now that we've cleared up some sweat misconceptions, let's dive into some surprising facts about this natural bodily function. Did you know there are different types of sweat glands in your body? That's right, folks, humans have not one, but two types of sweat glands: eccrine glands and apocrine glands. Let's start with eccrine glands. They are our most prolific sweat producers, found all over our bodies, particularly on the soles of our feet, palms, forehead, cheeks, and armpits. Eccrine glands are our body's natural air conditioner, secreting watery sweat to cool us down when our body temperature rises. Then we have the apocrine glands. They are found in specific areas like our armpits and groin, and are larger than eccrine glands. Now, apocrine glands don't produce sweat in the same way as eccrine glands. Instead, they secrete an odorless, oily fluid, which can become the source of body odor when it interacts with bacteria on our skin. So, it's not just about water and salt, folks. Our sweat is a complex mixture, and it's all thanks to these two types of glands working in harmony. So, the next time you break a sweat, remember, there's more to it than just water and salt. Ever wondered why you sweat more on a hot day or during a workout? Well, sweating is our body's natural way of keeping cool. As the body temperature rises due to various factors like weather or physical activity, our brain sends a signal to the sweat glands. These glands then produce sweat, which is mostly water, to help lower body temperature. Now, you might be surprised to learn that in just 1 hour, an adult's body can produce up to 2 to 4 liters of sweat. Amazing, isn't it? This is our body's way of preventing overheating, which could lead to serious health problems. When the sweat evaporates from our skin, it takes some of the body's heat with it. This process, known as evaporative cooling, helps to bring down body temperature back to a safe level. So, the next time you find yourself drenched in sweat after a grueling workout or on a sweltering day, remember, it's not a bad thing. Sweating is not something to be embarrassed about. It's a vital part of our body's thermoregulation process. So, sweating is actually your body's air conditioning system in action. Sweat itself is odorless. So why do we associate sweat with body odor? You might be surprised to learn that it's not the sweat itself that causes the smell we often associate with it. In fact, sweat is primarily water, along with a few other components like salt, proteins, and carbohydrates. The culprit for body odor is actually the bacteria that reside on our skin. When we sweat, especially from our apocrine glands, which are found in areas like our armpits and groin, the sweat secreted is a bit oilier. This oily sweat serves as a tasty buffet for the bacteria on our skin. As they feast upon this sweat, they break it down, or decompose it, into other compounds. Some of these compounds, particularly those containing sulfur or ammonia, have quite a strong smell. And voila, what started as odorless sweat has now been transformed by bacteria into what we commonly refer to as body odor. So, the next time you catch a whiff of something less than pleasant after a workout or on a hot day, remember, it's not your sweat that's to blame. So, it's not sweat that smells, it's the bacteria. Some people sweat more than others. But when does it become a problem? Well, when it crosses a certain threshold, we enter the realm of a condition known as diaphoresis, also known as excessive sweating. Diaphoresis isn't just about breaking a sweat during a workout or on a hot day. It's when your body produces sweat in a way that's beyond what's necessary to cool you down. It can be caused by a wide range of triggers, from physical exertion and high environmental temperature to menopause and fever. It can also be a response to toxins, or even a sign of certain medical conditions or diseases. Don't worry, there are treatment options available. Antiperspirants are the first line of defense, specially designed to reduce sweat production. Iontophoresis, a treatment that uses mild electrical currents to block sweat glands, can also be effective. And in extreme cases, surgical removal of sweat glands could be an option. But remember, excessive sweating can be a symptom of an underlying health condition. So, if you're sweating excessively, it's always a good idea to consult a doctor. Ever woken up in the middle of the night drenched in sweat? It's an experience that can be quite disconcerting. This phenomenon, known as night sweats, can be caused by a variety of factors. Let's delve into some of them. Hormonal changes often top the list. Women going through menopause or perimenopause may experience night sweats due to fluctuations in hormone levels, particularly a decrease in estrogen. But hormones aren't the only culprits. Certain underlying medical conditions, like infections, cancer, or neurological disorders, can also trigger night sweats. In some cases, night sweats may be a side effect of certain medications. Even something as simple as a spicy meal or a too-warm bedroom could be to blame. However, it's important to note that persistent, unexplained night sweats could be a sign of a more serious health issue, and it's always a good idea to consult a healthcare professional if you're concerned. So, night sweats can be more than just a sign of a hot night. Guess which part of your body controls sweating? If you thought it was your skin, you're not exactly wrong. But the real boss behind the scenes is your brain, specifically a part called the hypothalamus. This tiny but mighty organ is like your body's thermostat. When you're too hot, it sends a message to your sweat glands saying, "Hey, it's time to cool down." And how does the hypothalamus know when you're overheating? Well, it's constantly monitoring your blood temperature. If it detects a rise, it springs into action, activating your sweat glands. As the sweat evaporates off your skin, it cools you down, bringing your body temperature back to a comfortable level. But the hypothalamus doesn't work alone. It relies on a network of nerves to communicate with your sweat glands. Without this team effort, you'd overheat during a summer jog or even while enjoying a spicy meal. So, your brain is the mastermind behind your body's air conditioning system. So, sweating is more complex than you thought, isn't it? So there you have it, a whirlwind tour of the world of sweat. Sweat is not just about cooling down during a workout or getting through a hot summer day. It's a fascinating physiological process with many layers. Were you surprised by any of these sweat facts? Drop a comment below and let us know. Like and subscribe for more videos.